Well, hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another Dumb Show. Thank you for joining me this evening on issue number 183. So good to have you guys streaming on my tube. It feels so good. It feels so right having you guys streaming on my tube. I appreciate it so much. Thank you guys for being here. I believe the phones are working. 844-HIT-DUMB, 844-448-3862. That's the number to call into the show if you got something you'd like to talk about. Let me know. Love to hear from you. Oh, let's see. What a day it was today. I got some stuff to talk to you guys about. I will dive into that in just a minute. Let's see. Oh, what's going on with these batteries here? Batteries died on my mic. I think I left my mic pack on overnight. So, oh well. Anyway, a little shout out. Overlord Falcor was first. Not using the official first sticker, so I don't know if she officially should get it, but I'll give her props anyway because she's here all the time. And then Blue Wolverine got the actual first, so congratulations to them. Thank you. A reminder, you can always follow the show on Instagram and X at Another Dumb Show, so if you guys would like to follow us there, TikTok, all that good stuff, appreciate it if you follow us there. Don't forget to like and subscribe to tonight's issue. You know how much YouTube loves all that. And if you have not already done so, or if you're interested in doing it, you can always download the Another Dumb Show podcast through YouTube Music. So just get that YouTube Music app and you'll be able to download the show as an audio-only podcast if you're interested. And I just mentioned the League of Dummies. If you are interested in becoming a member of the League of Dummies, it's very simple. You just go to the homepage, the Another Dumb Show homepage on YouTube. Click the join button, and then you will have access to 3 different tier levels to join us in the League of Dummies. So thank you to everybody in the league for being here. Let's see here. Well, real quick, I don't know if I mentioned this last night or the night before. I can't remember, but I am still looking for a co-host. I did hear back from the broadcasting school, actually, with some interesting options. Not necessarily people options, but some interesting options they have come up with potentially. So I'll look a little bit more into that. Might be interesting to see how that works out. I would feel bad having some student come into my weed den of a house to try to learn something, but I actually could teach a lot actually as one of these students actually. So plenty of. Well, I don't know. We'll see how that works out with that. I don't know. But either way, still looking for a co-host. So if you know somebody who's interested and might want to join Another Dumb Show, somebody you think is funny or entertaining or whatever, they just have a great opinion about something, you should talk to them. See if they might want to come on Another Dumb Show potentially. You know, it doesn't have to be a full-time commitment right off the bat. Just pop on here and there, and maybe if it works out, then stick around longer. So welcome, everybody. Couple updates from some stuff that we talked about last night. We talked about the porn star, Cagney Lynn Carter, who actually, she is from this area, and she actually, she took her own life, sadly, over the past weekend. But there was a quick update to the story that came out this afternoon. When I saw the story, I assumed porn star who had admittedly had a drug problem in the past. First thing I just assumed was an overdose, suicide kind of thing. Like she either OD'd or took her life accidentally. I don't know. Some sort of, opioid related thing is what I was expecting. But no, it turns out, and an even crazier thing, she Kurt Cobain'd herself. It says, it was just, here's the news story. I'll read right from the news story. It says, Cagney Lynn Carter's suicide was as horrific one as one could imagine, involving a self-inflicted gunshot wound from one of the most high-powered firearms around. According to Cuyahoga County officials, the former porn star died by suicide last week, and her official cause of death is listed as an intraoral shotgun wound, which means that in layman's terms, she put the shotgun in her mouth to take care of her own life. So crazy to think that literally that happened on, and I guess her mom found her, which is even crazy. Her mom was the one who found her. So imagine, you finding your child like that. There was a note left at the house, but they didn't say what it was. And I'm really one of the only reasons I'm talking about this. What the hell just happened to my light? Not because I'm obsessed with porn or anything like that. What the hell just happened to this light? Well, that's weird. That light just died. Oh boy, we're on a roll here. Lights dying, cameras dying. We're doing great here, guys. I'm super excited about all this technical stuff we got going on here. Let me brighten it up a little bit. Let's see here. I went the wrong way. There you go. It's a little better. Not as good as it's going to get, but hey, there you go. Man, that's weird. That light just died. Anyway, no, what's weird is that it just happened, it happened a couple days ago. Today is the 20th. And just on the 10th, she was posting pictures of her all happy. I mean, I don't know if it's necessarily happy, but I mean, it's not a big, giant, huge smile, I guess. But here she is on the beach or whatever. I don't know if that's, I don't think that's Lake Erie. I think I saw a caption saying that was in Florida or something. But it's just weird to see how things, you're on a beach in a bikini, seemingly, if you're usually when you're on a beach in a bikini, you're happy, you're enjoying yourself. Look, maybe get some daiquiris. That kind of stuff. But no, just a few days later, she ended up putting a shotgun in her mouth. It's just crazy. Of all the ways to do it too, especially if you've partied before, why not just go out that way? I've never understood that. Like obviously I don't recommend this and wouldn't do it, but if I was going to go, you're going to party. I'm going to party my way out, man. I'm not going to. I don't know, get some big messy ass. What if it misses? And only, I went to high school with a girl who, when I was in 8th grade, she was in high school. She used an antique gun to try to off herself. And, it didn't, go all the way through, lodged behind her ear or something. It was really awful. Very, very weird. Just Jelly says I should look up Chester Bennington's last photos. I'll pass on that. I don't know. I'm not really down with all death photos and stuff like that. Not really into watching, people get killed and, horrible car accidents and maimings and stuff like that. I never have been into that kind of stuff. I remember on the old show when we watched the 3 Guys and a Hammer or whatever. I mean, that shit will scar you for life. I mean, that's just embedded, the noises and watching that guy. Oh, so awful. I can't believe I subjected myself to that for as long as I did. That was bad, very bad. So yeah, sadly, it just blows my mind. You can, you're taking pictures on a beach. A couple days later, you're doing that ended up happening to you. You decide things are so bad, you're going to put that in your mouth and do that to yourself. I just, crazy. Another update, kind of sort of an update from something we talked about last night. It's actually just kind of a silly story. As far as I'm concerned, it's a little bit silly. We talked about how there are all these overweight people on the airplanes these days, having their issues fitting into seats. And now, usually when you hear that story, you think to yourself, you think of a big giant person, right? Very fat, overweight person is usually what comes to mind. Just kind of something that looks like me, big sloppy mess. No, I'm kidding. At least like I did when I was a 400-pound piece of garbage. But there is a influencer who is out there now who is calling on airplane. We've heard the fat influencers call on airlines to make their plane seats bigger to accommodate their giant fat asses. Now this girl, you tell me if you think this girl is, well, I don't know, man. This is hard to say because I don't know what's going on and what plastic surgery this girl had done, but she's complaining about the size of the seats because she's not fat by any means. But her butt, on the other hand, with all the plastic surgery, she's not quite fitting into the seat.
Airplanes should have bigger seats. So today I had a flight and
whoa! Holy shit! Whoa, I didn't notice that before when I said to you, what is that? What the fuck is this? Are you fucking kidding me? Cause so from here, this is a pretty cute chick, nice rack. And then there's that. Oh my God.
A flight, and even if I was
Look at the
flying
size of that thing.
I couldn't fit on your airplane seats. So this is a petition for all the airlines. So big girls like me can fly. It's not my fault to have this big. Please just make them bigger.
No, it's your fault that your ass is that big. That's clearly plastic surgery. That can't be natural. No way. Holy shit, I didn't realize how big this girl's ass was until I saw that video. Holy shit. So let's see here. I'm trying to get a picture of her. So here's a full body picture of this. There she is right there. There's a full body picture of her right there. Wow, that is a giant badonk we're dealing with right there. Obviously, totally plastic. That's I'm assuming a Brazilian butt lift we're dealing with right there, or something along those lines. But there you go. So we got her fighting for the big bootied hoes out there. Now, I'd say I was fat, but I don't have a big fat ass. And never, when I was fat, I never had a big fat ass. Like, look at that shit. That is fucking insane. And you notice she's only taking the pictures from the side. What is that? What? How does this person look like this? How do you get yourself to look like that? What an odd looking person. Like, are there people out there who find that attractive? It's so unnatural and so strange looking to me that I don't understand how really people find that attractive. She's got a pretty face, don't get me wrong. Very pretty face, a lot of makeup on, but what a weirdo. Anyway, so she's calling on airlines to make the seats bigger because they can't accommodate her big giant ass. So Vanilla Charlie says she's got more cushion for the push-in. That's for sure. She's got lots of cushion for the push-in. There's no doubt about that. Let's see here. Where did I leave off? All right. Oh, man. So there's been an update. Last week there was the shooting at the Kansas City Chiefs celebration parade. And I had mentioned that I was kind of frustrated with the coverage of it because I felt like there was, I don't know, like they were kind of dancing around who was actually involved, how they were involved. And to me, it just seemed like a big kind of, I actually don't even really know why they ended, oh shit, did I not pull that? I actually don't know exactly what the reason is why they didn't just come out and say, yeah, we believe this might be gang related. It's not just, this wasn't a random shooting or anything like that. This was a targeted two people getting, I mean, they said it was a dispute between two people. But, and speaking of that, here is the video of the two juveniles, I believe, that they got arrested. And it's kind of hard to see because it's a weird video, but here, let me turn that down a little bit. I'm sorry. So the background is what you want to watch. Forget about these people in the front. Whoops, sorry, went too far. TMZ, thank you. Thank you, TMZ. So watch that guy in the brown in the back. And then you see him. They back up, and then stuff starts to pop off. And then, weirdly, in this video, that guy is walking away with a bloody mouth. Like, I don't know, did he get shot in the face or what? Why are they not explaining what the details are of these videos? These videos are out there. Who are these people? What happened in all these videos? Why are they there? I really don't understand what's going on with why the coverage is being so vague about what who these people. I know they're juveniles, but explain the circumstances around the shooting. So you kind of see they kind of play it again. They'll slow it, freeze it. So you see that guy, that backpack is the one that's got the AR or whatever in it. So you see the one guy in the black coming up. Forget that guy, but right there. That guy's one of the juveniles, I believe. And then we have this guy in the brown jacket, which I think that's the guy who ended up getting tackled by the innocent bystander. And then you'll see now there is this guy, two different guys seemingly reaching in for straps at that point. Now, I'm noticing red and black. I mean, of course, everybody's wearing red and black because it's the Chiefs game. So it's hard to say that anybody is part of one crew or not. But these guys wearing blue, if you notice, wearing blue at a Chiefs parade. So maybe showing off his colors or something like that. that was what my initial speculation was. It was that it was some sort of gang violence or something like that, and they're just not saying it because it doesn't fit whatever narrative they're trying to pull for or push for the all the gun control stuff. Like, I mean, I don't understand how there couldn't be a bigger. We got a bunch of kids that got shot. Why not just say, look at these gangbangers, they got out of control, or whatever. I hate saying gangbangers, that sounds racist. Look at these gang members who went out of control at this event with their guns. They shot a bunch of kids. A woman died. And now, and what's weird, and the reason I bring this back up now is because they have filed murder charges against two new adults in the case. Or I think second-degree murder charges against these other two new adults that have been arrested. So it doesn't make any sense. Where have these two guys been all along? Did you know that there were two more people involved? Because I don't remember them saying there are more people involved. They did mention something about videos of, checking videos, hoping to find more people involved. Well, maybe that's what they did. It just, I don't know. Something about this whole thing smells funny to me. I don't know how else to explain it, but I feel like the lack of information that's coming out about this shooting is almost purposeful at this point. And maybe it is purposeful to try to keep the integrity of the case together. But it just seems like, there's something else going on here for them not to talk about it. Or it's like they're trying to push a narrative that mass shootings are only just crazy old white guys or crazy white people who do these shootings or something. I don't know. I'm not saying that's it. I just don't know. It's very weird. Is it related to the Kelsey thing with Biden and Taylor Swift and the Chiefs and the refs and how they were supposed to be, the Chiefs ended up winning just to give Kelsey the platform to be able to talk about Pfizer and COVID and all that stuff, the Pfizer vaccine, I mean. The whole thing's just crazy. But just the lack of information coming out about this, I think just makes it a little bit fishy. So we'll have to continue to watch that story as more people are arrested and more information will. And these people are actually adults, so maybe we'll start getting actual information versus when it was just the juveniles who were arrested. So it'd be interesting to see what happens with that story. Okay. I got a whoa, let's see here. Ooh, I just peeked over at the chat. Ooh, that's sad news. Amanda, one of the members of the league, said that she's headed for divorce. That's horrible. I hope that was in reference to something else or I missed something, but that's sad news if that's the case. I never want to hear that kind of stuff. What's bad news? Yeah, Scott78 replies to it. That's sad, Amanda. People get divorced all the time. Sometimes it's for the better and sometimes people get hurt, but can't let that stop you from being happy and from being you. All right, Scott78 dropping the knowledge, man. Brap, I've seen your message now 5 times. I only put it in the chat at the beginning of the show because I don't feel like getting into it with you tonight. I understand that you are annoyed about times and durations of shows and jerk off, whatever. Put a fucking cork in it. Jesus fucking Christ. Eat a dick. Move the fuck on. I know you literally say this stuff just to get me to do this. Stop it. It's fucking annoying and I'm eventually just going to boot you because it's annoying as fuck. It's not trolly. It's just plain obnoxious, dude. Let it go. I literally work 3 fucking jobs. If I have to start late, it's because I'm working my other job. It's literally what I fucking said yesterday. And it's still not a good enough fucking answer for you. I said we might start late tonight. And we might not have a full 2-hour show tonight because I had to work all fucking day today too. So again, put a fucking cork in it. Enjoy the show. Nobody's talking to you about your emojis or anything having to do with the time of the show. We're trying to talk about stuff that's actually happening here. If you don't like the content of what I'm talking about, don't talk. That's just it. Say, I don't like this story, if anything. Not, hey, I wanted to eat a dick emoji because you said it to me before the show because I was being a dick. It's enough. Fucking A, man. Grow up. With this fucking trolly shit. It is obnoxious. It's not funny. It's just obnoxious. Dude, you gotta, I don't know if you have some sort of deficiency or something, but bro, fuck, man, your obsession with shit, it's like, drives me fucking crazy, man. You make doing this not fun when you act like that. It really, truly, you make it not fun. There's no other explanation for it other than that. It's not fun when I got to deal with, you're 2 minutes late. God, so annoying. Anyway, I got an email here from Luis or Louis. I never know how to say his name. Louis or Luis. Next time you email me, correct me and let me know how to say it. You might have already done that once before, but either way, let me know. Now, I told a story the other night about, or the other, what was it? I don't know, yesterday or the day before, about B1 and I going out to dinner at the Cheesecake Factory. And when we went out to dinner, I experienced probably two of the most obnoxious people I've ever experienced in a restaurant ever before. It was absolutely out of control, just loud, rude behavior. Cell phones on full speaker, turned up on as loud as they can. Very loud conversation. When I say, I don't know if you've ever been to the Cheesecake Factory before, but you got your two top tables, right? There's literally about 8 inches between you and the table next to you. So I'm here, actually, so it would be like this. I'm here, the other person is sitting here, that far away from me. So that's, our heads are this far apart. And I'm trying to talk, I'm talking to B1 like this in a normal voice because we're in a place where you don't need to be loud. And then there's these other motherfuckers who's talking like this. Literally, I'm not exaggerating it. That's how loud it was. It was out of fucking control. And I said, it took everything in me not to look and say, hey, we're trying to actually have a conversation here amongst ourselves. Is it possible that you maybe turn your cell phones down and or, hold on, what's going on with the phones? Turn your cell phones down and or tone your voices down. Just please be a little bit more quiet. Talk all you want. I don't care about the content of what you're talking about. Dude, just say whatever you want. Could you just not scream it while you're doing it? Now, I obviously didn't say this because I don't want to be a Karen, number one. Number two, B1 was not in my face. And Curious George, I see you on hold. I'll grab you in a sec. B1 was looking at me going, because she could see the steam coming or smoke coming out of my ears as I was starting to lose my mind with the whole thing. And I'm like, and then I brought it up on the other day, and apparently because the two women were black, I'm racist. There were people who were accusing me of being racist for having opinions about the way they were acting. I don't give a flying fuck what those people color were. I really, truly don't. But there are certain stereotypes out there about white people, black people, Jewish people, all kinds of different people. That's what comedy's for. That's how most comedy exists. It's making fun of stereotypes. That's how it exists. Now, this was not funny to witness these stereotypes happening in person. And again, it's a stereotype because it's not specific to everybody. It's a few people within a group who create a stereotype. So sadly, though, the people that I was sitting next to were not shattering stereotypes by any means. They were out of control. And again, I don't care what color these people were. I would have been as annoyed as I was, and that's it. Like, the same exact thing that happened, because nothing happened. I didn't say anything. They ended up leaving. We got their free drinks in the end, so it was a come up for us. So we actually, in the end, got paid for the battery, the assault and battery that my ears took. I ended up getting some restitution out of it, and I was able to get some free drinks. So it was a little bit of a come up. But Luis, he sent me a video, and he said, was this you and B1 at dinner? And there's a caption on the video. It says, black woman lost her mind after she was told she was talking too loud. Quote, it's Black History Month. Okay, now we can get down to one of the roots of why I didn't say anything, guys. It is Black History Month after all. And I would never dare. No, I'm not kidding. I had nothing to do with it. I just didn't want to be a Karen or get in any kind of confrontation. I just wanted to have a nice dinner. I wanted my mac and cheese balls, which they were fucking out of, by the way. Ruined the whole night, essentially. It was the thing I was looking forward to the most, and they were out of them. But anyway. So here's this video that Louise sent of a woman losing her mind after being told she's talking too loudly at a restaurant.
Hey, am I quiet enough for you? Am I quiet enough for you? The lady that told me to shut up. Bitch, do you know who the fuck I'm in? Told me to when I'm quiet, my conversation now I'm on the phone. Is up quiet enough? You got hair like them LA, them chicken heads in LA, them old white ladies at the casino, they wear their hair like yours.
All right, so immediately started saying racist stuff.
That's why
Perfect.
I got so many fucking checks. Bitch, don't you ever talk to me, ho. What's wrong with y'all? Get out my motherfucking conversation one time. Hello. The fuck? I'ma be who I'ma be. Bitch, the blackest nigga in this restaurant. What's up?
Okay.
What's up? I'm still loud. I'll scream right now. Ah! Check, please. Why these hoes got bills, but they ain't Beyonce. Ain't paid man of. They trying to split a check. Yeah, I see you. You one of them trying to split a check, bitch. Cash me out. Y'all know who I am. Stop playing with a real nigga, bitch.
Now, I have to tell you.
And all black. This shit ain't black enough. Black History Month. Show some respect, ho.
So there you go. Yes, it's Black History Month, so you can't tell a black person if they're being too loud in a restaurant, if they're disturbing your dinner. So that what you just witnessed, take the confrontation part out of that, where she's actually, she's going at the ladies next to her. That is exactly the way these two girls were acting. Exactly. In the way they were talking to each other, and then talking about the restaurant, and talking about the waitress, and talking about the food. That's how they were acting. Just not towards me, because I didn't tell them not to be loud. They were just doing exactly what that chick was doing. Saying stuff just like I'm that, whatever, and playing with their hair, and like all that shit literally is what I was witnessing. So you can call me whatever you want, but you tell me if you would want to sit next to somebody acting like that. And if you wouldn't literally leave that place and then go home and go, you will never believe what we just had to deal with at dinner tonight. That's exactly what you guys would be, what you'd be doing. So yeah, there you go. So there's a little update about that. Hold on real quick before I go on to my next story. I do have on hold one Curious George. Curious George, you're on Another Dumb Show. What's up, dude?
Good evening, Dom. How are you?
I'm good. What's up, bro?
Hey, man, I have two questions, if that's okay. It's been a while since I talked to you.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, happy birthday. How'd your birthday go?
Hey, thank you, man. 50 years old. Thank you.
That's crazy. Lordy. Oh, no, that's the 41. Nifty.
Glory.
George is 50, or is that what they say?
No. I'm
Oh.
just saying. I'm happy to make it to 50. I was a guy dealing with a lot of depression in the past. I didn't think I'd make it to 50, but I'm here. I'm happy.
Good for you. Half a century later. Look at you. Good for you, man. What can I do for you, bro?
Okay, so one of my questions I have is, what upcoming life event are you excited about?
What upcoming life event am I excited about? Ooh. Probably my son just started playing rugby. So I'm looking forward to watching him play rugby. I think that'll be pretty cool because he's a big bowling ball. So I think he put a ball in his hand and just let that kid rumble, and he's going to be knocking some people over. So I think that's one of the cool things about rumble is even the big kids get to hold the ball. I'm excited to watch him do that. I think that otherwise major life events, I just don't really have any. No major milestone birthday. Well, you know what? Brady, my youngest son, is getting ready to drive. So I guess that's a major life event coming up, I don't know, August, around there. So I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, pretty much kid related stuff. I know that's boring and kind of lame, but you know, that's the truth. That's kind of what my life revolves around.
Awesome, man. And for my second question, last year, can you name? You can only name one thing. Last year, what's the best thing to happen to you last year?
The best
2023.
the best thing that happened to me last year. Ooh. You know, George, I don't keep track of that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? I don't like write. I try not to like, and also I have a bad habit. I keep track of the bad stuff. You know what I mean? Like when I look at, like when I read Instagram comments or something, I only see the bad ones. Though good ones go in one ear and out the other. I just see all the bad ones. You know what I'm saying? So, well, I mean, I would say last year probably best thing was starting the show back up. I would argue was probably the best thing that happened last year.
Well, that's
Personally,
true. I would agree with that, bro.
yeah.
Cool, man. That's all I wanted to know, man. Thanks for answering my two questions, man.
Well,
And,
real quick, did you do
thanks
any?
for everything. Yeah.
Did you do anything fun for your birthday?
Yeah, on Sunday, and had off work Monday for President's Day. So Sunday, the whole family got together, and big birthday cake. All the nieces and nephews were there, and I got some badass gifts.
That's
Badass
cool.
gifts.
What was the best one?
Yeah. The best one, I would say, well, there's two of them. It's a tie. It's my Ray-Ban sunglasses, which have speakers in the earpiece, you know, the thing that goes behind your ears. And there's a little camera to the right at the top
I
that
want
does
those
video and pictures.
I want those so bad, man. That's a badass gift. You said you got a badass gift. That is a badass gift. Have you busted those out yet?
Oh, hell yeah, man. It's awesome. I mean, you press a little button on the side, and it's called Meta. So it's like Alexa. You say, hey, Meta, send a text. And they'll say, to who? I mean, it does everything. It's an Alexa on your face. It's
That
awesome.
is awesome. Now, how does the video work? Have you gone live on Instagram or anything with the video?
It only does 60 seconds, and it warns people that you're videotaping them. Obviously, I couldn't do anything secretive. It has this big, like, bright light that appears at the top that you can't turn off. But it's so crystal clear. It's like OLED quality and stuff. It's like really good 4K quality and all that stuff. So it's
wait,
it's really nice, but it only does 60-second videos.
It doesn't go live? I thought I thought you could go live on Instagram with it.
I haven't read the instructions to see if it does have the capability of doing that. It's a pretty big book. Well, it's not a book. You just scan a barcode and you look online, and it had a ton of stuff to look into. But what I've kind of read up about it since Sunday when I got him was, you know, the video 60-second. You can share it with people and stuff. But I think you can go.
I just looked it up.
You go live.
I just looked it up. You can live stream directly to Facebook or Instagram on Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses.
Oh, that'd be badass. Like if you ever thought about, like, we do like a quick show or something, I'll bust those on, go out into a grocery store and say shit and whatever. I don't know. That'd be cool
That's one of the reasons I want it, because
bid the most money to have me do the craziest thing or something. It'd be awesome.
Yeah, there you go. And I like, it would just be fun just to record throughout the day. Like, I would just put those fuckers on and just you guys see what I see and stuff. So that, I think those are really cool. That's one of the next things I want. I think they're about $300.
A little over $3. Yeah, like now, $340 or something like that is what they paid.
I wonder. So you could connect them to your phone via like a mobile hotspot in order to get like good 5G connectivity if you wanted to go live. I think that's probably because those don't have a built-in like cell network, right?
No, you'd have to connect to some 5G or something. You're right, hotspot thing. You're 100% right.
But that would work.
Thing that was a tie. What's that?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, the other thing is a pretty sweet ass. Like, I got these cordless mics. You just kind of clip it to your shirt and stuff, and it's got like a stabilizer thing. You put your iPhone on it, and you know it's like a steady cam. No matter how much you shake your hand, the phone stays completely still and stuff. And I always record like nieces and nephews playing their sports and stuff like that. And I always videotaping for the family and then sharing the videos to them so they have it. So it's so sweet. I can be wiggling my hand all over the place, but the camera stays just right there. You know what I'm talking about? Like those
Yeah,
steady cans
yeah,
for the
I have
iPhone.
one, but my phone, I have like this big clunky S24 Ultra. It's like there's one of these big ass phones, like the Notes were, and it that doesn't fit on my Handycam little Steadicam anymore. It won't spin on the thing. It's too big. It won't, like, I can't get it
Oh,
to work. It's too big. So I would need to get a new one of those. But yeah, those things are sweet. I had one of those that did like face tracking, and I could, if I moved it,
yeah, that it has
it
it
would,
too. Yeah.
yeah, it would
Yep.
turn and follow everybody. It was really cool. It just, my phone's, I think it's just too heavy for it now too, because it's an older model that I have. So, but yeah, I
Uh,
think these glasses are definitely something I would like to get, because I could have some fun with those. I does, you might have to put like a, can you put like a piece of black tape over that over the light that shows, so you could record if you wanted to,
I'm
or
not
is,
sure. I don't know if it helps kind of illuminate. I mean, it's such a tiny camera. I don't know if that's part of the feature to kind of illuminate what you're looking at. So if I covered, I'll try it sometime. If I covered, I don't know if it's just that's part of the camera. Like the lens is a little circle around the camera itself. Like it'll flash and then take a picture, or vice
right?
versa. I don't know. I'd have to take a look at covering with my thumb, but that's. I think it works together. So I don't know if I can just kind of cover it.
Pretty
I'm not
badass.
sure. I haven't
Pretty,
tried it.
pretty, pretty badass. So yeah, I'd love for you.
I
So
know.
record. Do me a favor. Record a video of just
Yeah.
something from those glasses and send it to
Okay.
me. I'd love to just see the quality and
Okay.
just see, like take a walk outside, or you and your dog or whatever. I'd love to see that. So
Yep. I'll do it right now and send it, and if you share it tomorrow, whenever, that's fine. Yep. I'll do it right now.
thanks, dude. Appreciate it, George.
All right. Later, man.
Later, bro. All right, let's see. So Drew is telling me a certain crane I should get for my camera, the M3 handheld. Ooh, that actually isn't too expensive either. That's not bad. The Zhiyun, what? Not a robot? What do you need to see? The Zhiyun crane M. Ooh, that looks pretty sweet actually. I might have to pick that up. I need a new camera before I get that thing, but that looks pretty sweet actually. Ooh, that would be cool just to set up for the camera. Well, that thing's pretty sweet. I'm sure it would, if you can hold DSLR, it could definitely hold a cell phone or whatever. Ooh, that's pretty sweet. You could do some fun stuff with that. Right on. Thank you for the advice, Drew. Appreciate you. We were just talking about black ladies, and there is a black lady who's in the news. I'm sure you guys have heard of her. Her name is I don't know how to say if it's Fannie or Fonnie Willis. I'm not exactly sure how to say her name, but she's in the news obviously because she's in Georgia. I believe she's a district attorney who is prosecuting Trump. I think that's I think that's what it is. I don't exactly even remember what he's being prosecuted for there at this point in time, of something to maybe election tampering or voter something. I don't even remember at this point. He has so many cases, it's hard to keep up with. But anyway, so she now is in I don't know, hot water, or is under fire because allegedly she's been having an affair with the prosecutor on the case. So somebody who works in the same office as her, essentially, she's been having an affair with, and allegedly she's been having an affair with. And the timeline about when they met versus when he got divorced and all this kind of stuff is, she's now in court trying to defend why she should still be able to stay on this case, and how she didn't do any inappropriate stuff with the payments this guy made. And it's just so many layers to this thing. It's such a rabbit hole of garbage at this point. I like I said, I can't even remember what Trump's in trouble for. I don't even remember exactly what she's in trouble for. I mean, it's hard to even say. You can't have a fucking office romance? Who gives a shit? What's the big deal? But apparently there was some sort of money exchanged, and she was walking around bragging about or not walking around, she was testifying. She was bragging about what a strong woman she is and how she don't need no man, basically, to take care of her and blah, blah, blah. Well, honey, I hate to break it to you, but you definitely do need a man. There have been now when I mentioned she was in court, and when she went to court, now I saw this. I saw it live when she was in court. I actually watched this moment right here, where she is walking up to the stand to testify in her defense or regarding her relationships with this prosecutor. Now, I remember watching this, and here's a picture of it. I remember watching this and saying to myself, God damn, that is a weird looking fucking dress. She looks frumpy as fuck. And I'm not like really one to necessarily like just outright just say, God damn, that bitch looks rough in that. Like that was the only thing I took away from that trial was how bad the dress was. Seriously. And then here's another picture of it. Maybe it doesn't look as frumpy, I guess, a little more flattering for her. But I don't know if you know anything about ladies' dresses, and I'm assuming probably most of the women who listen to the show do. But there's almost, and I've done this a million times for B1. When you're a guy, a girl with the dress or a blouse, and my ex-wife used to have to wear work blouses and shit, and I'd have to zip up the back for her. Well, it turns out that Fonnie Willis, and I know this story's a couple days old, but I've just been sitting on it and I wanted to talk about it because she actually, that dress that she looked so frumpy in that I just showed you a picture of a minute ago, she was actually wearing that dress backwards in court. It turns out that this dress is actually supposed to be worn this way with the bow in the back. And this kind of went viral around the other day. And I just found that to be absolutely hilarious because she was just so adamant about how she doesn't need anybody else. She's so strong and so independent. So proud, so independent, but can't dress herself properly and puts on her clothes backwards. Like other people that we've met on other shows. I just imagine though you're her man. If she did have a man in the house, that prosecutor goes, "Oh, yo, Fonnie, that dress, I don't know, there's something about that dress I don't like." Man, I don't need your opinion. I don't want to hear about it from you. I'm a strong woman. I don't need your opinion. Let me zip this thing right up and put it on backwards. Walk out of the house looking like a fucking idiot. So I love it. What a strong woman. Because like is she so strong that she can't ask a guy, hey, can you zip up the zipper for me? Or whatever. Oh, it's funny. That's funny shit for me. All right, now I just talked about that Fonnie Willis and how she's dealing with Trump. Oh, hold on. Let me get another brew dog real quick. Hold on. Brew dog break. Brew dog break. Time to get a brew dog. Brew dog break. Brew dog break. Time to get another little brew dog in. Brew dog bake, and we're back. Yeah. There you go. A little jingle for you guys. I love Disaster's comment regarding Fonnie's. Oh, by the way, you guys call in the show if you want. 844-HIT-THUMB, 844-448-3862. Disaster says, yes, so stunning and brave. Yeah, and I'm not trying to make fun of all women because there are definitely many strong, independent women out there. I'm not making fun of women for having that attitude. I think that's actually fantastic. It's this woman in particular who's talking shit about how fucking independent and strong she is, yet she can't put her fucking clothes on the right way. So she looks like a fucking idiot. So yeah, I'm just not picking on all women, not picking on black people, just that lady. That's the only one I'm making fun of. Let's not start with that shit again, guys. Let's not. Well, hold on one sec. Let's see. I just closed something by accident. How did I close that? What the fuck? All right, that looks weird. Why is this like this? Okay, sorry guys, I closed something very oddly. Michael K says that Fonnie Willis cheated on her husband with the prosecutor from Georgia. So yeah, that's it. So, Negative Nancy, you're done for the day, buddy. I've had it with you. Go the fuck away. Just go away. I'm done with you. I don't need to know all of the facts of the case to talk about her dress being on backwards. Okay? So if you have a bug up your ass because I just made fun of you for being obnoxious, try to check your facts, buddy boy, because I don't need to know all the facts about the case to fucking make fun of this dumb dipshit for wearing her shit backwards. So if you want to come at me all day, I'll tear you up all night. All right, dork? All right. So, in fact, you know what? I'm just going to close the chat for tonight. I'm done with that. One bad apple just spoiling the bunch. That's all there is to it. Ridiculous. God. And you know what's funny? I'm in a good mood today. I'm in a fantastic mood because I got the absolute best news I could get possible. And I am going to talk about that in a minute. I'm going to take a quick break and put myself in Operation Icebox for a minute because I'm getting fucking annoyed right now. So we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we will talk about why I'm in a good mood or was in a good mood. All right, be right back in a minute. By the way, hit that thumbs up if you've not already done so. Thanks. welcome back. Okay, welcome back to another Dumb Show. I'm another Dumb Show host. Thank you for joining me on issue number 183. Definitely, I don't know what the hell's going on with all. Apparently, I have old batteries that I'm using because all my batteries are dying. So hopefully, I got enough batteries to get through the show. If not, I'm gonna have to switch over to the handheld, which is gonna sound like absolute dog shit. So we'll see how long this lasts because apparently I'm out of batteries. So that's what happens when you have kids, guys. They use batteries without telling you. But anyway, welcome back. So I mentioned before the break, before I berated Brap for being obnoxious, I was mentioning that I'm actually in a very good mood. I found out today. I was doing some door dashing, driving around. Got my earpiece in. I have to tell you, Mikey, who used to, you guys know Mikey is. He was on the show for a while, and he's really into podcasts and stand-up, and I have not for a long time. Hold on, I totally lost my train of thought. I got a text right as I was doing that. Stand-up comics. I kind of lost interest in stand-up for a long, long time. I don't know what happened. It was just the quality of it, or if I just wasn't into it, or what. I don't know. I just kind of, when I was younger, loved it. Eddie Murphy Delirious was like my, Eddie Murphy Delirious and Eddie Murphy Raw were my two favorite. They haven't aged well. But when I was a little kid, they were the funniest thing I ever fucking heard in my life. I mean, I was dying. And I was listening to that shit when I was like way too young to even be listening to it. My wonderful mother let me listen to Eddie Murphy comedian tape. Driving around in the car with her, and we just laugh our asses off at Eddie Murphy's, raunchy ass jokes. Very funny stuff. But I'm gonna keep an eye on these mics to make sure they don't turn off. 844 hit dumb, by the way. If you want to call into the show today, would be the day. I had the chat closed because I was just getting frustrated with it. So if you do want to comment on anything I'm talking about, today is the day to call. 844 hit dumb, 844-448-3862. Anyway, so I'm driving around DoorDash and I'm listening to a podcast that Mikey that had recommended that has a bunch of stand-up comics on it. And I only gave it a shot because Mikey said it's actually really good. And like I said, I was big into Eddie Murphy in the 80s and the 90s. I was really big into like Def Jam, if you remember that from the HBO Def Comedy specials. I loved watching those. I loved staying up late after Saturday Night Live and watching Showtime at the Apollo. So honestly, most of the humor I was really into were really black comics, really. Eddie Murphy, all the Def Jam comics. Those are always the comics I thought were the funniest. And to tell you the truth, the comic that wrote me into this podcast that I'm watching is actually a black comic. And it was actually before I even realized who he was. I saw a clip of, actually, I bet you I can find this clip real quick. Let's see here. Let me see if I can find this clip real quick. But I started watching, per Mikey's recommendation, I started watching Kill Tony. And it's actually really good. Hold on one sec, man. I'm trying to find this one clip if I could find it. It was hilarious. Okay, we're back, baby. All right, so here is this clip. Actually, let me download it real quick so I can play this clip back for you guys. But I've been watching Kill Tony, and I have to tell you, that show has really grown on me. At first, I was really reluctant to watch it because I was like, because the whole premise of it is, sorry guys, I'm trying to download this and talk at the same time, pardon me. the whole premise of the Kill Tony show is that it's him. Tony is this guy named Tony Hinchcliffe, and him and his buddy, I guess this guy named Red Band, they're friends. Red Band's like the producer. Anyway, these two do the show together. And what the premise of the show is they bring in comics and to do like random people off the street who want to do stand up. They give them 1 minute to do a stand up bit, and it's been really funny, to tell you the truth. Like I said, I ended up realizing after the fact that I was actually into one of these comics before I even started watching Kill Tony. So actually, here is Cam Patterson, one of the comics on that show. This is what actually got me into this show. This is one of the funniest things I think I've ever heard in my life. And it's just, like I said, it's this guy named Cam Patterson who just started out as a regular dude. They pull names out of a bucket. He came on and started telling jokes. This was what he talked about.
What's something you think we should know about you as we get to know you? What do you think, 3,000 people in front of you, what's something interesting about you?
I'm not retarded, but I like rocks. I just like how they feel, you know what I'm saying? They feel real good. I got this one.
Oh
It just
my
feel
goodness,
good.
is that a rock?
Yeah,
You like rocks.
I got a couple of them bitches.
So anyway, there you go. That's just part of it. And he goes on and on about rocks. It was just fucking hilarious. Actually, B1 had sent it to me, and I don't think she even realizes that was on Kill Tony when she sent it to me, and I certainly didn't when she sent it. But now that I've started watching it, I understand. And dude, that show has actually I've really started to like it. And it really helps pass the time while I'm out there door dashing because it's the little 1 minute comedy things, and like you start to get to know the people on the show. It's actually very entertaining. So I highly recommend people check that show out. It's pretty funny. So just not from 7 to 9. Anyway, so I'm door dashing around today, listening to Kill Tony, laughing my ass off. And then I get a phone call while I'm in the middle of like picking up food from a restaurant. So it's hard to like answer the call while I'm trying to interact with the people at the restaurant. So I see it's my mom, and I just instinctively, because I'm at work, I just send her right to voicemail. Not even thinking about the current situation we're dealing with, where I just taken her to the doctor on Friday to find out. She had what looked to be a mass in her bladder, and so she had to go in and have a camera shoved up there to go check out the mass and see what was what and get a chunk of it taken out for a biopsy. So I send my mom to voicemail, I grab the food, and I'll be honest with you, I went right back to work. I'm working, and I just didn't even remember that I needed to call her back. So I'm working and not even thinking about it. All of a sudden, I get a text message from her. And the text message says, I'm all clear, no cancer. She's going to get me scheduled for the other procedure I wanted. Yay. So congratulations to my mom. Great news. Old Bish is officially cancer-free. No, the mass turned out to just be like essentially what was wrong with my kidneys, just kind of a abnormality of of her bladder. So it just looked like she had a little mass that ended up being nothing. So mom is healthy, and well, she was not happy. She was. It's funny. Her happiness lasted a whopping 25 minutes, because because I called her right after I got that text message, and I was so happy, and I love you, and this is great news, all that stuff. And then I get a call from her a couple hours later, just fucking bitching. You're never gonna fucking believe this. The original procedure I was scheduled for, they're not gonna be able to do it for 4 months. I was like, oh man, that sucks. I know how much you were looking forward to it and how helpful it will be for you for this medical condition you're dealing with. And I said to her, and she's just cussing up a storm and bitching about it. And I go, Mom, let's maybe focus on the fact that you're not going to die from cancer today. Who knows what the future holds, but right now you're cancer-free. Let's focus on the happy stuff, the good stuff here. And I understand that procedure is something you really need to make your life a lot easier, but my God, let's be happy for fucking a couple hours at least, or a couple minutes before you start fucking freaking out and getting all pissed off. So, great news. I'm super happy for her. Nugget Man was kind enough to send over some cash to help pay for Mikey's McDonald's challenge, and he also wanted to get some flowers for her. I just got her flowers a while back, and I don't know if flowers is the best move to get for her right now for unspecified reasons that I'll just leave out for the sake of she's asked me to leave these reasons out, so I'll leave them out. So we're not doing flowers, but what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to take that money and I'd like to maybe take her out to a little celebration dinner. So maybe this weekend I will take her out to probably not the East Side Cheesecake Factory. I don't think I'll be taking out to there. But in the meantime, I think I will definitely be, let's see, I think we're going to go out and celebrate. I don't know where we're going to eat or what we're going to do, but we'll definitely go out and celebrate. Becky, you're on another dumb show. What's happening? Oh, did I hang up on her? Oh, it didn't pick up. Becky, call back. I went to go pick you up and it didn't answer. Anyway, so yes, fantastic news about old mom. She is doing what she's pissed off, but she doesn't have cancer. Thank God, right? Thank God. Thank whatever. Thank the universe. Thank you to all you guys and your prayers and your good positive thoughts and all that stuff, because they worked. The power of positive thinking. Look at the power of positivity and what it can bring. Look at how we all banded together with positivity, and look at what we were able to do. We stopped cancer, guys. We've stopped it. Becky, you're on another dumb show. What's up?
No, I was calling about to see if you got your mom the flowers that Timothy and Nugget sent money for, because I think flowers would make her feel better about going than rather going to a cheesecake factory that you're just going to complain about.
Well, that's why I said we would not go to the Cheesecake Factory. We would go somewhere else where we wouldn't have to deal with any complaining or anything like that. But no, honestly, I just got her some.
The flowers.
Go ahead.
Doesn't matter if you just got her flowers a while ago. She was gifted flowers.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be gotten by you, so that's the whole point.
Right, but I'm trying
to.
Right.
She was supposed to get flowers.
There's a I can't really explain the details as to why giving her flowers right now would not be the best move.
Is she allergic to them?
No, it's she just would ask. She asked me not to say, if that makes sense.
Flowers, right?
It's such a strange. It's such a strange. I wish I could talk about it, but she just asked me not to. So that's why I thought maybe it would be nicer to take her out to dinner. There's no reason I can't give her flowers when I take her out to dinner.
But that doesn't matter. The flowers are a nice gesture. The flowers were meant to brighten somebody's day up. Flowers brighten people's day up, not a dinner.
Right.
I'm just saying that in my perspective.
No, you're allowed to.
Do brighten somebody's day up.
True. I agree with
you.
But
that's my whole thing. I mean, that was given to brighten somebody's day up, not.
Fair enough. All right. I thought I was looking at it more like a celebration when when we got the good news. Is kind of how I was looking at it. So maybe I misinterpreted how the gift was supposed to be distributed.
I think you are, because it was to be gifted before she got her news that she was cancer free. They were to be gifted to brighten her day up after the procedure.
Right.
So
okay. I did. Okay. Now I misunderstood.
Brighten her day up.
I misunderstood that. I'm a dipshit. All right. You've hit the nail on the head there. I'm a doo-doo head dipshit, Becky. There you go.
Yeah. The flowers. The flowers were gifted to brighten her day up. I feel like you should just get her the flowers.
Okay, fair enough. I will keep that in mind. You got it, Becky. Well, thank you for for letting me know how you feel about it. I appreciate it.
Okay. Thank you, Dem.
All right, you're welcome. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, cool. Thank you for calling. Yeah, I pay for these damn phones. You guys know how much I love when you call. Quickly, I'm going to. We talked about this earlier. Will this work? Oh, it does work if I do that. How cool is that? We talked to Curious George a little bit earlier about his the Ray-Ban glasses, and he mentioned that he got them for his birthday. And I was just saying how much I would love to get a pair of those because I think they'd be really cool. And he mentioned that he would record a video for us to show us the quality of the video. And he got it done already. So let's take a look at what these, and if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, here, let me pull these up. Meta images. Now, I don't know which ones he got. I don't know if he got the, come on. I don't know if he got which ones he got. But here they are. I don't know if there's a prescription version, like regular old glasses, like, well, here they are. I love them because they look like Clark Kent glasses, like standard old school Ray-Bans. Kind of look like what Clark Kent, Superman would wear. Not Superman, Clark Kent. They're very cool. They also make a sunglasses version of those that also look really fucking cool. So I love sunglasses, so I would probably get these because honest to God, like I know it sounds douchey, but if I could get away with it, I would wear sunglasses 24/7. It's so douchey, but I just feel so much, and I hate looking like regular glasses. I can't fucking stand regular glasses. I would hate to wear, like I would not want to wear these other ones. I don't think. I don't think I would want to wear these. Not that there's anything wrong with them for somebody who would like them, but I just don't feel like these would. And I've worn glasses. It just drives me crazy to look at what I'm supposed to see without plastic. To look at through plastic is the fucking worst. I cannot stand it. Like right now, actually, my right eye has started. Like I had LASIK years ago as an endorsement through the show. You want to hear some weird universe shit? So while I'm sitting there waiting for my mom in the waiting room, and I don't know if I already told you guys this, it was the weirdest fucking thing that ever happened. One of the strangest universe things kind of happening. I'm sitting in the waiting room with my mom before her procedure last Friday. And I'm looking around and I'm reading the signs, and I start noticing that my right eye cannot read any of the signs in the waiting room that are like 20 feet away from me. Like if you're doing a reading test like an optician's office, I would not be able to read the letters on the sign, or the whatever they put up, the E and then the smaller letters and everything. I couldn't do that with my right eye. So I was telling my mom all about that, and how I need to get a hold of my LASIK guy, the guy that did my LASIK. And then I shit you not, while I'm sitting there later on, waiting while my mom's in the procedure, I get a notification on Instagram that I have a new follower, and I look, and it's my fucking LASIK guy. He followed me like 2 hours, not even 2 hours after I had just mentioned him. So, dude, I don't know if it's Instagram listening or what, or if it's the universe, or I don't know, but that was some weird ass fucking shit. Anyway, I would prefer getting the sunglasses version of these versus the regular glasses, because like I said, I would wear sunglasses all the time, but it's just too douchey. But those look fucking sweet. I feel like I could walk around, like if I did the show wearing those, would you guys think I'm a douche? I would think I'm a douche. Like I look at Howard Stern, like he can get away with it because he's super. If I was like a true, so like I'm a what is it? Right now I'm a little fish in a little pond. I was a bigger fish in a little pond for a while, but now I'm just a little tiny guppy, in a giant pond of YouTube. But if I was at like an actual celebrity, like Howard Stern level, or really just anybody who everybody knows, if that makes sense. You're famous to where everybody knows you. Maybe not the most famous person in the world, but C-list, maybe even D-list. No, probably got to be at least C or B list to wear sunglasses all the time, even inside. Because I do it all day long and I feel like because I don't even like notice that I'm wearing them. But like, like I'll do this door dashing and then I go like some of the stops I have to like actually go into a grocery store and do some shopping real quick for some people. And like, I'll forget I'm wearing my sunglasses. And I'm walking through this grocery store, grocery shopping with my fucking sunglasses on. And then the only reason I realize it is because I'll catch like a reflection in my phone of myself and like it'll glint off my sunglasses. I'm like, oh my God, I'm wearing my fucking sunglasses inside. What a fucking douche. But I'll tell you what, if I had those glasses that recorded stuff all the time, I feel like that would be a really cool thing to have. Here is the video that Curious George took with his new Meta Ray-Ban sunglasses or glasses that he got for his 50th birthday.
Here's my spare bedroom.
Look at how fucking awesome that is. Look at the depth it adds. Like, it's so different than a camera. It adds like, almost like a fisheye, but not quite.
DVDs in the master bedroom.
Oh my God, this is so fucking cool, dude.
Lot.
Wow, look
I'm
at all
running
that
out of
shit.
room in here.
Holy shit. Oh, now, okay.
And
Now,
there's You Dumb over there.
oh, look at that.
And that's
Wow. So look, okay, so let's go back. Let's break down George's apartment. No, I'm kidding. I do want to see all the stuff he has though. But boy, these are pretty fucking cool. Look at these fucking things.
Here's my spare bedroom.
Spare bedroom, okay.
A lot of
It's a pretty nice spare bedroom this guy's got. He's got a nice, I mean, this is nicer than my living room and my bedroom, his spare bedroom is.
A lot of DVDs.
A lot of DVDs. Jesus Christ, look at all those DVDs. My God, sell those fucking things, dude. There's got to be some old person out there that'll buy all those fucking DVDs. There's more, even more in the hallway.
DVDs in the master
More
bedroom.
DVDs, get into the master bedroom.
I have a lot.
Holy shit.
I'm running out of room in here. And
Wow.
There's You Dumb over there.
Oh, nice. Let's see that. Let's zoom in on the picture he did of me. There it is. Oh, nice. That's his Lego thing. And there's Rover and Dieter above me. Nice. Does he have the whole show above his bed? He sure does. Look at that. What do you got? JLR, Charlie, Doogie, JLR. Is that Snitzer? Oh, even one for Nads. And is that, of course, he's got a crystal one already. George Horndog.
And
is that a, oh, and then a Charlie shirt up there. There you go. Good for him. Very cool, George. Thank you for sending them. That is fucking sweet. I really need to get a pair of those, man. That's a little pipe dream purchase right there. I really want to get one of those, a pair of those. I think they're $2.99. Let's see how much those things cost. $2.99 for just the glasses, and if you want to get sunglasses, a sunglasses version of them, they are $3.29. Oh, okay, so there's different, oh, you can get the transitions ones. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Those are out of stock, of course, because that's what everybody wants. You get some brown ones, dusty blue ones, shiny rebel. No, those are douchey. That look terrible. Anyway, so yeah, I think that's something I might want to like get my hands on in the future. Try to get a pair of those. Let's see here. Where are we at? Oh, we were talking about Fonnie or Fannie Willis, however the fuck you say her name, earlier, and how she's dealing with Trump or the main man.
Motherfucker.
Love that motherfucker. This motherfucker, he really never ceases to amaze me, Donald Trump. Usually it's something ridiculous he's saying. What's the craziest thing I've heard him say lately? Oh, I love the new NATO one. I love his NATO thing where he says if NATO countries aren't paying enough money, they can't be, we're not going to help them out anymore. I think that's what he said. We're either not going to help them out or they're not going to be a part of NATO, which means they won't get our help should they be invaded, which is just like the North Atlantic Treaty Organization is put in place so that the people like in Europe as that are in far Western Europe can't move eastward towards the Atlantic and then subsequently towards us. That's kind of the whole point. That's kind of the problem with China. It's, you know, I know it's a long ways off, but there's not. It's on the border, and we're on a border. There's nothing in between. At least we got a little buffer with all those NATO countries. You know, it takes a little while to invade all those before you can get across the pond over to us. Um, so, yeah, the idea that NATO is a bad thing is pretty crazy because that's while it could start World War III, it could prevent it basically, if that makes sense. But anyway, Putin's out of control. If he starts moving across if he starts moving east, the whole fucking world is fucked. Because if he starts moving further east, it's just World War III is going to happen because we're going to get involved. We're going to get our jets. We're going to put people on the ground, and it's going to turn into a full-out war. And then there's going to be nukes, and that'll be the end of the civilization as we know it. But we can't just let them take over Europe for that. I know it sounds weird, but you just can't. At some point, you got to put your foot down and say, no, you're not just going to invade all these countries. It's way above my pay grade. But anyway, back to Trump. I love this move that he just pulled. You got to love this guy sometimes. I mean, love him or hate him. There are times where Donald Trump just makes people, he's got to make you laugh. Even if you hate him, he does do things that even if you're laughing at him, you're still laughing. Like right now, I believe Trump in his a couple of his cases in New York that he just recently lost, I think one of them dinged him for $150 million that he owes, and the other one dinged him for $350 million that he owes. So which would total up to $500 million. Are you fucking kidding me? Which is just outrageous. $500 million that Trump has to pay back. So what would any good red-blooded American do if you got to make back a bunch of money? Start selling shit. So look at what this guy did. I love his move, what he does here. Here he is with his newest, and this is the guy who's going to be our president, by the way. He's going to win. Unless something happens and they switch out Joe Biden at the last minute and put in, literally the only way that Trump is going to lose is if Michelle Obama runs. Period. No ifs, ands, or buts. Nothing. Nobody. No how. Period. The guy's going to win. There's just no, it's so ridiculous. Like all these people on CNN and MSNBC and Fox and all this talking head bullshit and all the back and forth about, well, a third party candidate, if RFK comes into it, it could really significantly affect the election and it might propel Trump over the top. Trump is going to kick Joe Biden's ass. He's going to whoop his ass. If someone like me has gotten to the point where they're like, I think I might have to vote for Donald Trump over Joe Biden because Joe Biden is just so bad and such a bad representation. What is the worst representation of our country? A blustering buffoon like Trump or an aging buffoon like Biden? Which one's worse? I mean, they're both terrible. They both make us look like fucking shit across the world stage. But this is what we're left with. So can't help but just laugh at what this guy's doing right now when owes $500 million. He's now decided he's got a new business endeavor, pay back.
I just want to tell you, I've wanted to do this for a long time. I have some incredible people that work with me on things, and they came up with this, and this is something I've been talking about for 12 years, 13 years.
Yeah, right.
And I think it's going to be a big success. Your influences have been very positive. They've been real influences, and they love it, and they love what we've done.
So there it is. It ends right there. You can see in his hand there, I think I got a better picture of him. In his hand there are the Never Surrender Trump shoes. Let's get a better picture of those. All these pictures suck. Come on, give me a better picture. Ooh, there we go. There's a good one. The Never Surrender Trump shoes. All gold emblazoned with the flag and, well, it's got the flag on it. Red, gold, and blue with silver. I think those are silver stars. It's a weird look, silver and gold there. And then a big T, the standard Trump T on the side there. Hey, man, I can't knock the guy. You owe $500 million to somebody, and, well, I tell you what, then you got to figure out a way to pay it back. So, let's see here. He announced it at SneakerCon. The shoes have a T and a 45 on them. So, now he did run it through another corporation. Another company is selling them because he's actually not able to operate a business as part of the judgment against him. Trump is not allowed to do business in New York. I love that he did say that I've been planning this for over 13 years. I just now decided to do it when I owe $500 million, though. Pretty funny. I don't actually hate those shoes, though. I got to be honest with you. They're not the worst fucking shoes in the world. I can't lie. I don't hate the shoes. Here's the thing. I would probably exclusively only wear flashy shoes like that if it weren't for B1, because I love really colorful like basketball shoes and stuff like that. But B1 always told me I wasn't allowed to get them. She said they look ridiculous. You can't wear multicolor flashy shoes. And when we first started dating, I was wearing red sneakers, red shoes, red Nike Airs. Red they were bright red. But apparently I can't wear flashy shoes anymore. Apparently it's embarrassing walking around in my bright red shoes. Anyway, she kiboshed all my flashy shoes. I should have just bought mine. I should have never listened to her. Shouldn't have let her affect my fashion choices. I don't know what I was thinking. Maybe I should get Trump shoes. That wouldn't be a bad idea. That would really fucking piss her off. Flashy shoes and Trumpy. She'd lose her fucking mind. But I got to tell you, those shoes, those fucking flashy ass gold shoes that he's holding there, those are definitely screaming MAGA, make America gay again, if I had to say so. Those are some flashy, fruity shoes right there. No, but I would actually probably wear them, to tell you the truth. MAGA baby. Anyway, let's see here. What else do I have to talk about? Oh, here's actually a little bit better picture of those shoes. I knew I had a better picture. Oh, no, that one's blurry. Never mind. They're not that nice. Never mind. Anyway, so 844-HIT-DOM, 844-448-3862. That's the number to get a hold of the show. You know what? Hold on. I'm going to grab this other brew dog real quick, and then I'll go into the next thing I got to talk about. It's time for a brew. It's time for a brew. It is time for another brew. Last one I got. Thanks to all of you. Thanks for the birthday gifts. Last one going down. All right, a little song for you guys. All right, so speaking of gay shit, just kidding. So New York is New York City, New York. I don't know what's going on with me, but I'm getting tired of. I don't know what. Oh shit. I don't know what's happening with me. I don't know if I'm just getting older. Again, I don't know what is the thing with me, but like so. When the whole like George Floyd riots happened and everything, I was okay when they were burning up the police station and burning down the Target and all that stuff. I was actually okay with that because it needed to draw, in my opinion, attention to the police brutality and the fact that this guy got murdered in the middle of the street over a $20 bill by a police officer. People are, sworn to protect us. So when I watched those riots with George Floyd and everything, I thought to myself, you know what? I don't feel so bad. Target's got money. It's in, I think wasn't that in Minneapolis? If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure that's where Target is based out of. So it was almost kind of like it was kind of a big deal to do it to Target in particular. But something inside me has changed as things have gotten worse. With crime getting out of control, illegal immigration getting out of control, or migrant influx, whatever the fuck you call it. I don't know what's going on with me, but I'm not feeling super comfortable with it. Just not. I don't like the idea that I could go into one of these stores and somebody comes in and just starts robbing the store. Like, it's going to take everything in me to not try to like turn into Superman and just stop them. Even though I don't give a fuck about rules and I shouldn't give a fuck about these stores or whatever, like, now something inside me is like, no, this isn't right. You can't just steal shit. You just can't. Like, it just, like, I don't know if it's because I'm angry because I'm too much of a pussy to try to get away with. Let's see if I can steal, if what's the $900 is a limit before you get in trouble. If I could steal $899 worth of stuff, could I get away with it? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's why I'm mad, because I'm just too much of a puss to go do it. I don't know. But I am a puss, and I'm not a puss. I'm just a person that doesn't think that stealing is right. So anyway, the reason I bring this up is because in New York City, things have just gotten out of control. They got crazy crime, violent crimes getting out of control. And they have the influx of, like I mentioned before, of migrants and all that good stuff that they have going on there. It's been, I'm not from New York City, I don't live in New York City, but if I lived there and I turned on my news and this is what I saw, I would lose my fucking mind. I can't play the song. But what you're looking at is the New York Police Department dance team. If you're just listening on like the audio only podcast, essentially just imagine like a really, really bad halftime show at probably a high school and definitely not a professional anything. Because this is, well, in theory, the whole thing is terrible. But the actual dancing and performance itself is even worse. There's one girl in the front who probably put this whole thing together. It was her idea to start this dance team. And these are all cops, which is another thing that I find interesting, that half of them are morbidly obese, yet they're still police officers. So yes, this is the NYPD dance team. Meet them, guys. This is what the New York PD is doing with their time. Instead of doing continuing education for police training on how to not shoot black people, they have them out there doing dance routines instead. So, I mean, New York City had to close a school one day to be able to, I don't even know if the school's still closed. They had to close the school to be able to house migrants, these illegal aliens, whatever you call them, undocumented, whatever they're called. I just say migrants because that's the word they use now. So they're taking over New York City at this point. And there are so many of them, so many that they had to close the school, send all the kids home for homeschooling for a little while so they could shelter all these migrants. And I understand they're coming from terrible, horrible places. But I actually heard a thing today, which is kind of, you know, I was listening to, I think it was it on Joe Rogan's podcast? I think that's who. Yeah, Dr. Phil was on. It was because it was Dr. Phil, and he was talking about the border. And according to Dr. Phil, I don't know if any of this is true. According to Dr. Phil, he's saying that when people come across the border, we're not keeping track of any of them. We don't know any of who these people are, right? They're just randoms coming across. They could be from anywhere. They could be the nicest people in the world. They could be the worst people in the world, but they're just coming across and nobody knows who they are or where they end up going. But there is a part where people, I guess some of people will come across and they'll say, hey, yes, I'm getting ready to go meet Joe Blow at this place in, say, Los Angeles. Then the Border Patrol people call whoever they say they're going to see and say, hey, we have Javier and Lupa with us, and they're saying that you guys are expecting them here in the United States, and they have a place to go. They're not going to end up in a shelter. And then the person on the other end, let's say his name is Bob. Bob goes, yeah, yes. Actually, we'll call him Boris. Boris says, yes, I've been expecting of my Mexican friends for a while. Please send them to me. I would love to have them. And then what happens, that was a little more maybe a little more Dracula than Russian there, but hey, you get the point. Anyway, what's happening is these people that they're calling, this Boris that they're calling, these are sex traffickers. So they're essentially the border patrol or whoever's arresting these people or grabbing these migrants as they cross the border. According to Dr. Phil, they're just being essentially just given right to sex traffickers. There's no, when they say, say a sex trafficker is trying to get people coming who are across the border. They will help fund them to pay them to get across the border. These people have no idea they're dealing with sex traffickers. The sex traffickers then find out from the Border Patrol, oh, okay, Javier and Lupa, they made it across? Sounds good. Send them our way. And then they put them on a fucking plane or on a bus and send them directly to Boris. And Boris then takes Javier and Lupa and puts them in the sex trafficking. So, like, if that's what's actually happening on our border, if that's true, that's out of fucking control. That's fucking insane. If that's what's going on down there. And again, I'm hearing this from Dr. Phil, whose whole existence is to have publicity, is publicize himself. And I know he is doing like a border special. I guess he's got some new network coming out that he's created. But he is doing some border special. So he could just be saying all this shit. He heard some third-hand info or something about it. But again, if the stuff he is saying is true, that is absolutely out of control. Out of control, what's going on down there. All right, so I have a couple stories left before we wrap things up tonight. Well, we did that MAGA thing where we're making America gay again, but I found this other video, and I don't know if this, I believe this is a newer video. I found this on the internet the other day. I don't know if it was on Twitter or Instagram. I can't remember. But it popped up in one of my feeds, and which is interesting that this is what I get fed. But apparently people were paying, and you guys know I don't know if you know this, but I like, I'm not a art connoisseur or anything, but I do like kind of like weird art. Like performance art, stuff that's really, everybody loves a good painting. You love a good Rembrandt, a good Da Vinci. Everybody loves those. And if you don't, I don't know, you're weird. But everybody loves a really good painting. You appreciate the artistry and the work that went into it and everything. But I also love weird art. Like, do you guys remember when, let's see, Banksy, or let's see, oh wait, I think I actually saved it, actually. Do you guys remember, this is good enough, actually. Do you remember when a few years back there was an artist who did their only art that they did was, it was a banana taped to a wall, duct taped to a wall. So there it is. Here's actually that picture of remember the banana duct taped to a wall? Well, here's there's a meme about it. Okay, here's great artwork, great artwork, great artwork, and then a banana stuck to a wall. Banana stuck to a wall, a little bit much. I don't know that I'd necessarily call that art. But I do love the idea that somebody considered that might be art. It's weird. It's all in the eye of the beholder, right? It's all subjective as to what people might think is actually art. But I guess, banana taped to a wall, somebody might think that's artwork. Fucking gorilla. I don't know. Anyway, another piece of performance art that I actually always really liked, or not performance art, I guess, it was just a type of art. Everybody likes Banksy. If you've never heard of Banksy, look up Banksy. He's a pretty crazy artist that does all this crazy shit. But the coolest thing he ever did was when he did this, he did a painting, and then he, well, here, I'll just show you. This is what he did when he sold this painting. Here you go. So you can see there's something being built.
Okay, it's the Banksy girl with balloon, ladies and gentlemen, standing in the back of the room. And I'm going to start bidding here 100, 150, 200,000. I have already 200,000, 300,000, 350, 400,000. Now, 400,000.
All right, so you're seeing it goes through.
Last chance.
Banksy is, his painting just sold, and then the minute it sells, this is what happens. The shredder turns on and the painting shreds itself. So somebody just paid all that money for this painting, which then shredded itself halfway through. Genius. Genius. I don't even care if it's supposed to represent anything. I don't care if it's just supposed to prank people. I don't care. Just the idea alone is so art, so creative, and so genius to me. That would be one of the most ultimate pieces of artwork you could ever have, is that fucking Banksy shredded thing. That's some fucking art right there. But you guys want to see some real art? I'm going to show you guys some real fucking art right now. Now, tickets to this art installation or performance art performance were $2,300. So imagine, now again, Banksy, true artwork, and again, artwork is it's very subjective. It's in the eye of the beholder. You tell me what you guys think of this artwork. So if you're watching or listening on the audio only podcast, it is a guy laying on his back with his legs up over his head. I'll start over. With his legs up over his head, with a candle shoved up his ass, lit. And he's being pulled by his arms across and like his back and it's hard to explain. Just imagine you're trying to like put your legs up over your head while you're laying on the ground and stick your ass up in the air. And then you reach your arms back and somebody is trying to pull you along on what looks to be like a soapy, sudsy thing. Very, very weird art. But these people, you see these people in the background, they paid, each of them paid $2,300. Just not even, you don't even get a seat. You just got to stand there and watch homeboy balance a candle in his butthole as they drag him along. Now, they stop at one point and it looks like to go help him. Now, I don't know if it's because the candle, yeah, it looks like he lost some pucker power there. That's part of the problem. I think he lost a little bit of pucker power there at the end and he had to do a little bit of an adjustment. So let's see where he leaves off. Right here, you could see it's starting to fall. You could see the pucker starting to unpucker and it's starting to get, he's starting to lose the candle. Whatever this thing is in front of us, this giant gray alien in front of us, stands and watches while the person in a poncho, weird man, reaches down and helps fix the candle up the person's ass. So, wow, that is some fucking crazy ass shit right there. A couple phone calls before we wrap things up tonight. I have Tessa on hold, Falcor on hold, but right now here's Tessa. You're on Another Dumb Show. What's up, Tessa?
Wouldn't the wax be dripping on his ass cheeks and, like, hurt? No wonder he unpuckered.
I was just going to say, I believe that would cause an unpucker is when that hot ass wax is dripping down on your ass cheeks. But, I mean, the ass cheeks...
I mean, that's kind of hot, though.
I mean, I guess, if that's what you're into. It reminded me, do you remember Allie from the ADS 1.0 when she told that story about that dude that invited her back to her room and then he asked her to shove his communion candle up her ass?
Wax. Oh, yeah, that's right. I do remember.
Isn't that crazy, though?
Oh.
That's what this reminded me of. Was I was wondering if this might be the guy that Allie was dating in high school or whatever. So,
I mean, dripping hot wax onto somebody can be like a form of foreplay. Like that's a cool little kink. But like on your bare ass cheeks for an art
that hurts.
showing.
Take it from me. When I have this tattoo on my ass that I got when I was on the old show. And your ass cheeks have a billion nerve endings. That shit hurts so bad. So dripping hot wax on an ass cheek, no thank you. That's not erotic.
Sir,
that's pure pain.
Sir, I think you're forgetting that I'm a female. We get our asses smacked very hard quite often.
That's
so
true.
I'm aware.
Some of you like it though.
Yes, very much. Anywho, I have a would you rather tonight.
Oh, okay.
And it's not as fun. Would you rather have a pet squirrel or swim with sharks? Sorry to traumatize you.
Ooh, this is a tough one because you guys know if you remember my battles with squirrels are legendary. I had a squirrel terrorize me.
And your fear of sharks.
Squirrel,
also.
yeah, squirrel. I don't like rodents. Squirrel terrorized me on my porch. I got to tell you, there was a little boy who swam with sharks in a cage recently, and somehow the shark got into the cage, or the cage broke, and the little kid got attacked by the shark. So as much as I'm afraid of a squirrely little squirrel jumping up onto my face and scratching my eyeballs out, I would definitely rather have to deal with a squirrel than swim with sharks any day of the week.
Agreed.
Any day of the week. Yeah,
agreed.
For sure.
Okay.
All right.
Pass
Thank
the
you.
foul for now.
All right. Sounds good. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Falcor, you're on another dumb show. What's happening?
I just have a quick question for science.
For science?
Yeah, it's just real quick question. What shoe size do you wear?
Depends. Nikes I wear 14. Everything else I wear like a 13 or 13 and a half if I can find it.
Okay, that's all I needed.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
All right, bye.
Bye. Yeah, so yeah, I've dealt with some pretty crazy artwork over the years, but I think this is one of the crazier art installations I've ever seen with this guy with the candle up his butt. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. It made me laugh really hard when I saw it. I love that video, actually. Let's see, what else? Oh, real quick. Guys, what's going on with MGK? Has he jumped the shark at this point, guys? So like he did the Taylor Swift change of music genres. Obviously, he was a white rapper here from Cleveland. And I like this, East Side till I die. That's great shit. Wild Boys, that's all great shit. Love that shit. Clean, that's all good. Great shit. I don't know if he is disavowing his connection to Cleveland or what. But like I said, he did the genre switch from rap over to the kind of pop punk stuff that he does. But for whatever reason, MGK has decided to completely change the way he looks, and which is normal for rock stars. But I'm wondering if at this point, this might be just like jumping the shark a little bit. He has tattooed him. So obviously he's always been covered in tattoos, MGK. Let's see, MGK old tattoos. I know there's some pictures of his old tattoos here in this story I was looking at. Let's see, what did his old tattoos look like? MGK tattoos. Images. All right, perfect. So here's a side-by-side of what it looked like before. Opening tab. All right, so here we go. So this is what he used to look like, and I don't even know if that's all of them, if it's been filled in or anything like that. But on the left, you can see he's got his North 71, EST, 1990, whatever, locals. He's got all this kind of Cleveland reference stuff on there. Heavy Cleveland reference. But he has chosen to cover it all up with this weird black, it's cool, I guess, if this is what you're into, but this black paint over that he's done. And of course the internet, being the fucking jack fuck troll pieces of shit that they are, the internet has decided that this is MGK wanting to be black. Just the dumbest, most ridiculous thing I may have ever heard in my life. Why? Because he raps? He wants to be black? And then he tattooed himself all black? No, he's a fucking weirdo. Apparently, though, from what I read, he did this for spiritual reasons, is I believe what I read. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. the reverse tattoo, like the tattoos underneath, popping through the like the black lines on his arms and stuff, like this stuff over here, I don't think looks completely terrible, to be honest with you. Why can't I zoom sideways? There we go. They had this on his arms over here. I think that actually looks kind of cool. And these things going up to the side here. But it is weird that he decided, I mean, you always want, supposedly Taylor Swift plans her whole life 3 years in advance. Do you think that MGK is the same way and he planned his whole life 5 years or 10 years in advance when he got all those tattoos back in the day and he said, you know what? Eventually I'm going to tattoo myself all black and I'm going to have these sweet ass tattoos pop out from underneath. I can't imagine how bad that fucking hurt. I just mentioned the tattoo on my ass. I had to stop halfway through because it was supposed to be full black like that. It was going to be thick and full, a big iron cross, basically. I wonder if I can find... Okay, so here we go. We got the two, what they are. So this is what my tattoo on my ass was supposed to be. Right here. This iron cross was what was supposed to be on my ass. But it wasn't going to, it was too painful. And it wasn't going to, as I was going through it, I knew I wasn't going to be able to have it filled in all the way. So I asked if there was any other way that they could, like, change it a little bit, but still make it look like it was, oh, no, that's what it was supposed to be. That's right. Hold on. Let me do this. I had it totally wrong. That's right. This is what it was supposed to look like. Filled in all black. All right. So I got this tattoo. What? Oh, there it is. I got this tattoo. This is from the old show when I was on the old show. This is the guy that was on the show, Dieter. This is his frat. So it's for Alpha Tau Omega. Now, I was supposed to get this tattoo on my ass with all this black part filled in. And he started doing the shade. He did the outline, and then he started doing the shading around the edges like he was going to fill it in. And I told him, I go, dude, I cannot take this pain. I am not going to be able to sit here throughout this whole tattoo. I just can't take it anymore. It hurts too much. Do something else other than fill it in all the way. So he actually just took the letters, and maybe I'll take a picture of this and send it to you guys. You can see a picture of my flat ass and my bad tattoo, but I can't pull it out right now. The camera won't be able to see it. It's too high. But anyway, this is what I have on my ass, just minus all the black. He just made the letters black, and then I have all these little symbols on there. So, yeah, I have some other dude's frat tattooed on my ass. Never gets old. So, but I gotta tell you, the internet's comments about MGK are pretty funny. One just said, Machine Gun Kelly is black now? Another one says, bro wants to say the N-word so badly. And another person said, okay, I can't defend this guy anymore. I don't know, dude. I don't know, did you see Megan Fox's weird sex doll face? Megan Fox, sex doll face. Megan Fox claims now that she wants to look like her new look is to look like a sex doll. Now, I think she's pretty hot. I actually don't think this is the worst look in the world. It's a little gummy. I'm not going to lie to you. It's a lot of gums going on there, but I kind of like the pink hair look with the blue eyes. I don't hate it. And I like the glistening lips, but that's a really gummy smile. That's not a very flattering smile right there. So, but yeah, no, Megan Fox, she doesn't, let's do one where she's not all, like, there you go. Like B1 was giving her, like ripping on her, not ripping on her, but just like the other day, it was like, I don't like the way she looks. She looks rough. And I was thinking to myself, yeah, really rough. Really fucking gross. Nasty ass bitch right there. Really gross. Anyway, alrighty guys. Let's see here. What else do I have? I have anything else? I feel like I had another video I wanted to show you guys. Oh, I do. It got nothing to do with anything. I don't even know if it's old, but it popped up in my feed, and it was dated as a newer video. Now it's pretty shitty quality, so it might be old and totally out of, might just be old. It's definitely out of context. But this is one of the silliest videos I've ever seen. Now you guys know Back It Up Terry is my favorite video from the internet of all time. I love Back It Up Terry, the July 4th fireworks video. It's my favorite internet video. But this video might be giving it a run for its money. This is one of the craziest, and again, this might be old, I don't care, but it's just like the first time I've ever seen it. So watch this crazy video. So it's going to start with two girls on the ground in a fight. And what you're going to want to watch is what comes up over from the right. Not done. Coming back for more. One more time. Okay. Now, if you noticed, all this swinging that's happening, these top arms are not full arms. Maybe we got one full arm and then we get a half an arm. And again, I'm not making fun of this person for being disabled. I'm making fun of how rowdy they're getting. This person needs to be put in Operation Icebox for this shit. Here you go. Icebox. Icebox that motherfucker. No arms, no legs. I still kick your motherfucking ass, bitch. You motherfucker.
Motherfucker.
So there you go, guys. Operation Icebox in effect for the wonderful amputee or whatever the fuck that we were just watched right there. Sorry, not making fun of the person. I'm making fun of how angry they are because, hey, we've all been there. We've all been that angry before. At least I have. So, alrighty, guys. I think that is going to wrap things up for us tonight. If you guys have not already hit the thumbs up on tonight's video, I would greatly appreciate it if you do that. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, and, well, actually, if you're watching and you're wondering why you can't be in the chat, it's because you're not subscribed. Once you subscribe, about 10 minutes later, you can be a part of the League of Dummies, and I can yell at you like I yelled at Brett tonight. So, guys, that is going to wrap things up. I'll be back live with the main show tomorrow at 7. I look forward to seeing all of you then. Until then, I am out of here. See ya.